And we're back here on the show, and we've got well, Michelle and Joey Tavares here from TYT, and great to have you back, Michelle. But I think Joey, it's our first time meeting you here today. So now, the last time we were talking about what the Transitional Youth Program was all about at U of T, and maybe you should just give us a little recap of what that is, and then we can get into the new stuff. Okay, Michelle?
Okay, so first of all, the Transitional Year Program, we're having a lot of issues. So we have our 4 demands that we're trying to rally for today, just to let them know that that from the provost, we need the support of faculty and the funding that we need, and also an autonomous space. So today we'll be rallying at 1 King Circle to just to voice these concerns, and that's basically why we're here, to let everybody know that we're going to be getting together also at a town hall at March the 28th at 6 o'clock at Oisey, to talk about these issues with Cheryl Masak, and just discuss what exactly will be happening with the Transitional Year Program.
The Transitional Year Program.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Can you just sum up what the TYP is all about?
Okay, sorry about that. I wasn't too sure exactly what you're asking. So basically, in the 1970s, Karen Braithwaite, the first female professor at the University of Toronto, noticed a great gulf at the University of severely marginalized bodies. So therefore she started the Transitional Year Program in order to have a year to consider the special circumstances that do concern those who are marginalized, in order to get them into the university. So what it is a year of 6 courses. One of them is a full credit University of Toronto course. The other 5 are just preparatory courses that prepare you to be in the environment of the University of Toronto. If you excel at the 1 course that you have, and also a half credit in philosophy, you will move on to the university.
So it's a way for people that otherwise would not be able to get into the university program, especially if they've disadvantaged in some
if they've
way.
come from, if they fell through the cracks of this very well-oiled system, right?
So it's a way for people to get back on the university track.
Well, it started out for the African Canadian community, and then well before programs like Caribbean Studies or Women's Studies were even instituted at the University of Toronto, Dr. Braithwaite opened up the program to students of varying disadvantaged groups, women, people who were discriminated against based on their sexuality, learning disabled students, etc. The program's been through a number of difficulties over the years. Late in the 70s, it was shut down for 1 year. It was subsumed into another college after that, and that's what the prospect is now. Funding's being cut. Full-time professors are being let go and being replaced with part-time staff, while the student body remains the same. And the issue is that the Transitional Year Program, it was instituted into the governing body that the TYP reports directly to the provost. So it's now its sort of own college. It has its own registrar. What the university is maneuvering to do is to blend the programs together. So another transition program for part-time students, they want to subsume TYP into Woodsworth College. There's no saying that change is necessary and that stagnancy is just going to let something rot. But going back, as Dr. Braithwaite herself said, to something that didn't work 25 years ago, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's a definition of insanity, I think, right? And it doesn't make any sense to me that, like, for example, just another example. So they're trying to cut back here, and we've got a lot of people unemployed in the economy. There's a lot of people struggling to earn enough money. And what does the government do? They're coming up with a budget, an austerity budget. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. The answer to a bad economy is to cut spending. That makes a lot of sense.
And it's where they're cutting spending too. I mean, they're certainly not propping up the banks.
Well, you know, you got to keep those bankers in business.
And that's just what we've presented to the university as well. I mean, there's other programs that are older than the younger than the transitional year program that aren't being cut. They're not amalgamating dentistry with medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, there's a great boom going on in the schools of medicine and the schools of business.
Yeah.
Yet an access and equity program that has at maximum 70 students a year is being, you know, cut under.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that the powers that be within the TYP themselves are against change so much as the gutting of the program.
Right.
It's essential that these students have their own space, have their own registrar, and have their own administration. And being subsumed into a college, they're going to lose all that. These aren't students that are 2 or 3 years out of high school and taking a bridging program, which is through Wordsworth, to gain access to the university. These are severely disadvantaged students who are in need of a year, sometimes 2, to acclimate themselves into the university and the academic environment. And it's entirely possible the program does work. And it bridges into a university that is itself based in access and equity.
So what is the state of affairs now? Because I'm new to this. You were interviewed here before.
Yeah.
Has this program, is it about to be, or it already has been closed down?
Well,
what's happening with
the
this
issue is the budget
austerity
has,
thing?
yes, the budget has been frozen for 3 years now, meaning no money can come in, basically. We have 2 full-time staff. There's 3 part-time who are basically working for nothing.
So it's there, but there's nothing to back it.
There's nothing, yeah, exactly. And you know, we're kind of like on our last little legs here. If we don't get some money coming in, you know, some sort of funding, at least, you know, that's what we're asking, to get a task force to update the Kelly report, which is a report that researched the place of TYP, what would be best for the TYP program in order to excel. That hasn't been done since the 1970s, and we're asking them to redo that and then proceed from there. They, you know, when they're in these economic change, they just want to uproot and turn around and, you know, throw up the dust at everything. But that is not always the best way for the environment. So you know, for what's going on, you have to really consider things properly. And we're at a university where we are told to research and to study before we move ahead.
Well, here's the situation. The trouble with government, thank you, Hugh, is I guess they don't think far ahead. I'm not blaming a specific politician, but the people that hold the reins of the purse and the financial situation, oh, we got to cut this, we got to cut that, do realize maybe, but they're too lazy to, or they're just too overwhelmed, or whatever their excuse is, to see that these are investments. They're not something that's just causing expenses. It's keeping people at work or keeping people in the system, so they don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars to take care of them walking around like zombies. No, I'm exaggerating maybe.
No. It's an uncomfortable oxymoron that the Provost's office is offering considerable funding to the TYP if they voluntarily change their mandate. The mandate cannot be changed by governing council, as TYP in the governing council mandate reports directly to the provost. They have to voluntarily give this up, and if they do, considerable funding will be coming the TYP's way. That's a little bit of the uncomfortable oxymoron.
Well, what's the trade-off there? What are you giving up if you actually do that?
Well, giving up space, giving up staff. The registrar would become an associate registrar.
But then all the extra funding, what does it cover then?
Exactly. What is it covering? It's going it's going to be given to the TYP, which is subsumed under Wordsworth College. I mean, it just seems like a little bit strange that the money's there, but only if you do this. What happens once we go through that door?
Right.
Like you were saying, the TYP is an investment, and it's not just an investment, it enriches the student body at the University of Toronto. This is the top school in Canada, if not North America, and I would argue that. And David Naylor himself said that the TYP is the jewel in the crown of the university, because the students branch out into the student body and bring with them a social experience that future doctors, lawyers, politicians, etc. would never be exposed to at the ages of 18, 19, and 20, but are because of these students who are percolating throughout the university body. And there have been some real success stories coming out of the transitional year program. It's nothing, the U of T is certainly not ashamed to,
Yeah. Okay, so now we got a couple things coming up. We got the rally today, and then what else do we have coming up, Michelle?
March the 28th, we have a town hall at OAZ. It's going to be room 2124. So again, that's OAZ. At room 2124, there will be a town hall. We're inviting Cheryl Mazak there, who is the provost. We are, we hope to see her out there this time. We have been talking with her back and forth. So, and yeah, those are the two major things that will give us a forum of which we can talk about what are her issues and what are our issues, and how we can come to some sort of compromise, or put things on the table so that, we don't, if we have to be moved, that's fine. You know what I mean? It has to do with autonomy of the curriculum and the autonomy of the space, because the teachers who are there, they're not traditional teachers. They are giving their mentoring. They're there to get down on the level of the student, to deal with what they are dealing with at the same time.
It's a rather intense program. It's a full-time year. I mean, you're seeing a lot more hours on campus than a first-year student would. And these professors are invested. And for Dr. Vizak to be in communication with the Preservation Alliance, I mean, it's a boon, and it's a credit to her name. And the town hall that's coming up, it's very important that she comes, that we all remember that, there's a lot of tension all the way around, but it's a non-hostile environment for us to make a start and to proceed. And there's no arguments, like Michelle was saying, that we're not against moving. We're for the integrity of the program, and for where it stands now. Dr. Braithwaite made it very clear. We tried this 25 years ago to subsume TYP into a college, and it didn't work. In fact, it was the governing council that pulled the TYP out of the college and gave it its own mandate.
Yeah.
So to take two steps back now doesn't make any sense when the program is actually producing more than it ever has, for more, for different demographics, for more demographics than it ever has.
So what's their excuse then? It doesn't make sense. What is the excuse, or they weren't even looking at it? Was there a statement like someone would say, look, it's doing more, why are you taking the program out?
I don't think it's an excuse. I think the university is, they're looking over what's going on within the entire body. And so the language departments were amalgamated, German, French, and Italian. There have been some cost-cutting measures and some administrative amalgamations, if you will, that make sense. It's where these amalgamations, where the TYP is concerned, are going to structurally harm the integrity of the program, that it doesn't make sense. And this is what we would like Dr. Vizak's ear for. We are against stagnation, and as I have said before, if you're not moving in the university, you're not going anywhere. We just want to move up.
Okay, so we got these two events today and March 28th. Now, is there a place, Michelle, where people can get more information online, or?
They can go to www.universityoftoronto.ca/TYP.
Oh, okay, great. And any final thoughts from you guys? Any final messages you want to get out?
Final message is
help.
Is give us come on down to the transitional to the town hall. Sorry, and something that has been burning on my mind, I guess, is this thing of, rethink your your statements for speaking to those, those conservative capitalists, who think, oh, I expect just as much from that person that I expect from that person. I hear this a lot, but it's not a laudable way to think, because people have so many different circumstances, people who are deaf, people who are facing a lot of different things, and you just think that it's just as easy for them as it is for you. It's not true.
Yeah,
for some people, the marathon is about winning it in an amount of time, and for some people, the marathon is about finishing it. And both are valued and valorous.
Okay, guys. All right. Well, thanks for coming down.
Thanks for having us.
And we'll keep our eye on the issue, and best of luck. Hope you win this one.
Thank you.
For everybody.
For the entire U of T.
Exactly. And in fact, for the whole country. Okay. So let's take a little break. We're going to come back with Joe the Investor. What do we have here? Well, you know what? Let's play the Victoria Grant here. And we're going to come back with Joe as Liquid Lunch continues.
I just love we need, we need more love. Coming like a showers of blessings from above, and we no wanna greed. So put away your gun, no need for the grudge, God bless the love, it is a must. I just love we need more love. Coming like a showers of blessings from above, and we no wanna greed. So put away your guns, no need for the grudge, God bless the love, it is a. I just love and happiness, where the bobo manifest. Teach you them cleanliness, and know we pray and do them best. Treading in the valley of the shadow of death.